Well, I'm getting ready to build another snake rack. I got the plywood all set up. I just got done getting my stuff at Menards. Total was, if you can see it, 111 to 112. And I got 3/4 plywood. I got a piece of 1/4 inch for the back. And I got just this pegboard, which is going to be for spacing in between the tubs. So I got this plywood. It was a little bit nicer quality, and but I figured I wanted it to look nice. It's going to last for a long time. And what else? I got 3/4 just because I want it stiff. I want it solid. I could have went with the 1/2 inch on the sides and, you know, on the shelves, but I don't want it sagging and having problems getting the tubs in and out. So that's what we got. So I'll show you how we do here. Well, I just got done cutting the pieces I need, except for the back. I got the 1/4 inch plywood for the back. This rack's going to have back heat on it, and what I figured was the tubs are 28 quart. They're 6 inches high. I got this piece for spacing in between, so when I assemble it, that'll be my spacing in between the racks. I did a female breeding rack, and you know, I did it long ways. This I'm going to do short, so this way they're going to slide in and out this way. Just because with the, I don't know, with the humidity and stuff like that, I find that the wood expands and stuff like that, and sometimes the tubs are a little bit harder getting out. I'm using 1/8 inch masonite here for spacing. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue. I do have the 1/4 inch, but I don't want too much of a gap. I think the eighth of an inch would be fine for it. So we're going to see how it works out. See, like this one isn't sitting exactly flat, but I think it'll slide just fine. So I'm going to bring the stuff inside. Nice day out, but it's a little snowy. But I'm going to bring the stuff inside and pre-drill for the shelves, and then screw them together. So I'll show you how that stuff goes. So this is how we're doing so far. I got 10 of these shelves here that are the same. I'm starting from the top, working my way down, so I got it flipped upside down. I got the first one just flush on the bottom, and then as I'm going, I'm putting the tub in. Then I'm putting this piece of masonite on top, and then the next shelf. So I just did a check to make sure they're running pretty close. So I measure down from here to this one and make sure they're all the same all the way around. They're all pretty close. I'm finding that it's helping to keep the bottom screws loose a little bit, just so these shelves, see it, they're a little tight. So make sure they slide in pretty nice. And then these are snug, you know, right now, but that's why I have that piece of masonite in there. It's just 1/8 inch pegboard. But you know, as I'm working my way up, I'll have the spacing I need. So you see that's pretty tight, but these shelves down here, they're sliding real nice. So that's what we're looking for. So as I work my way up, and I got like 5 more shelves to do, and it'll be a 9 shelf rack that's going to be 5'6" high, and I got that piece of 1/4 inch for the back, and that back will help keep it stiff and square and everything else. So that's the progress so far. I had to run back to the store and get some of these 1 5/8" construction screws, because I had the 1 5/8" galvanized, and the galvanized kept on the first shelf I tried putting on. The heads kept on breaking off. I think it was this side here, down in the bottom. So I had to go back and get regular construction screws. I think the torque on my screw gun is too high, but the heads kept on breaking off. So wanted to make sure, you know, it's not gonna be an issue over and over again. But yeah, I just flush it up on the back side here, so this way when I put the panel on here, the heat tape will go right by it. And in this front, there's a couple shelves here that are a little longer, but yeah, I got the pre-cut 2-foot pieces of plywood. So if you do that, make sure you double check make sure it is 2 foot. I had to go back and cut down a couple shelves because one side was 23 7/8, the other side was 24 1/8, but no big deal. The back side will be nice and flush, so this way when I put that back piece on there and the heat tape's not gonna be smashed in there and everything. So coming right along. Yeah, I think that's the only tips I got for you. But make sure you keep those bottom screws loose a little bit, so this way this shelf, it won't be too tight in between here, and those next shelves will be able to pop in nice and easy. So we'll keep on going. So I got the rack done. It's laying outside right now. I'm going to put this panel on. You can see what I was talking about. I have this top piece is flush on the top here on both sides, and then all the shelves are the same dimension. So this way I can just cut them all the same. I want to make it as easy as possible. So the reason I got a piece of plywood here, I was going to use a piece of 4-foot masonite and just 2-piece it in, but I got a 5-foot piece of heat tape coming, and it's going to be 1.5 inches down, 1.5 inches up off the bottom shelf, and it's going to be 5 foot, so it'll be a full piece. And I didn't want to mess around with trying to mess with this thing. I just wanted to do it one full piece, so I could put the heat tape on there, tape it on there, and be done. So I got 12-inch heat tape. I'm going to put this panel on for right now, and then I'll remove it when the heat tape comes in a couple days and reinstall it, and show you that. But yeah, so I'll get this back panel on, and I'll put the tubs in and see what I got going on. Bye. This back panel, I want to show you real quick. I flushed it up on this side. This side here is the factory side, along with the top here. So I flushed it up along the top and on this very corner here. And as you can see, as you work down here, it's not lining up. The reason being is it's not square. So that being this factory corner on that side, all I got to do is move this over, and it'll rack this whole, well, it'll rack this whole rack, but I'll work it down to make sure it's flush. And then this way I know that the rack is going to be square, and when it lays on the floor it's not going to be leaning to one side or the other. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. When you put this back panel on, flush it up, make sure you get the 2 factory side, flush it up on the top in the very corner, and then work your way down so you don't have this overlap here. So work your way down and flush it up as you go. Whatever this side is, I made this side a little bit on the light side, so there's gonna be a little bit of a reveal here, but I cut it on like that on purpose. So another little tip for you. Okay, so I got the rack done. Plywood looks real nice. All the tubs slide in nice and easy. I think that 1/8 of an inch masonite worked out real well. I wouldn't go any bigger than that. I got a little spot in the bottom there. I gotta get another tub, and then I'll use that for the lids of the tubs. Only thing I wish it did, which I could still do, but this little knot here, I should have flipped this piece over. And these two, I used the best looking sides at the front, but it's got a little bit of paint on there, which I could always just sand off. Probably won't, but I could. So I got these tubs ready to go, and these are what's going to be going in there. I got my Het Clowns. Oop, got a mess in here, but these guys are just looking gorgeous. They're getting big. They're all eating real well. and the baby rack's not doing it for him anymore. So I got 3 females and 3 males. I love the way this guy looks. They're just really cool looking. I know they're just head for clowns, but they look really cool. So I got 6 of those, and then I got 1 mystic male, which it's gonna go to my female Mojave next year. And I got a little Inchy here that I just got from the reptile show. What was it, about a month ago? So little female Inchy. But yeah, so that's gonna be my rack. And I got 8 baby tubs there, 4 females, 3 males, or 4 and 4 actually, and I got 9 tubs here. So we're good to go. We're ready for the next baby. The next baby's coming. But yeah, I think this worked out real well. So next up, I'm just gonna get that heat tape in the back. It's gonna be 1 foot wide, so it'll be a couple inches, probably 2-3 inches on either side. And this rack is ready to go. So it wasn't too bad. It cost me probably, between the heat tape and the tubs and the rest of the material, is probably right around just under 200 bucks, I'd say. It was 112 for the plywood, another $5 for the screws, 30 bucks or so for the tape. Well, actually that was for 10 feet, so 15 bucks for that. So probably about 150 bucks actually, and then the cost of the tubs. So, but I got a 9 tub rack now. So sweet. Catch you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.